Welcome to the place where we highlight the talented, the interesting, and the entertaining from our area. We have some great sponsors, we do, and we're glad that they're hanging around with us for sure. Rose Homes Real Estate, Empire Ford, Lair Realty Partners, Do So in Zader, Aaron Pools and Spas, longtime sponsor Novo Mundo, and Kilburn Mills Event Center. Waiting in the wings tonight, big show, a Spanish court interpreter who has become an attorney, Bea Montoya. Cole, how about that, Chops, huh? Yeah. We also have the sidekick of the century, Chops Turner. Yeah, let's hear it for Chops. Yeah. And a little bit later on, you're not going to want to miss it, a special monologue. And Chops and I will be doing kind of a duet kind of thing. I don't know. We're going to see if that works. And by the way, put in your request for Chops to do 60 seconds of anything. You can feel free to share, hit the like button, give us some positive comments, and of course, questions for our terrific guests to help us out. We need it. And by the way, let us know where you're watching from. We always like to know where you are watching from. All right, we welcome to our microphones former Spanish court interpreter turned lawyer, attorney Bea Montoya. Cole, Bea, how are you tonight?
Hello, everybody. Happy to be here, Attorney Santos. Thanks for inviting me.
Well, it's great to see you. You know, I know you so well as being in court. I go into court and I see you there as a Spanish court interpreter. And one day you tell me, hey, you know what? I'm in law school. I'm almost done. I'm going to take the bar. You did. You passed. And now you're an attorney. Why did you do that? Why did you decide to, jump in there and become an attorney? I'm sure it wasn't an easy decision.
It was not an easy decision. It was a lot of work. Well, you are an attorney, you know this. However, I've been working with the Hispanic community as a court interpreter for 10 years now. And I've seen there's some gap in communication because of cultural and language barriers. So I want to be that attorney that the Spanish speaker can come to and feel comfortable, you understand me pretty well, you know where I come from, and also I am an immigrant myself, so I can kind of say, well, I was in your shoes.
Yeah, exactly, and I know that's something that, when people are in court and if they speak a different language and they have an attorney who's of the same language, it's a lot more comforting for them.
Absolutely.
So you're in court, Spanish interpreter, decide to become lawyer. You have to study at night, on weekends, around the clock. At that time, single mother raising a couple of young children. I mean, oh my God, all I can think to myself is, how did she do it?
You do it. If you have to get up and study, you get up and study. That's what you do. You do what you have to do.
Well, I got to tell you, a lot of people are out there thinking, wow, she's really got some, that old-fashioned work ethic that sometimes I think some of the younger generation and some of the folks who were born here in the U.S., they've let that slip away a little bit.
Well, as an immigrant, I know what it is to start from zero, and you come with a lot of tenacity. You come with a lot of drive, and that doesn't really go away. It kind of stays with you.
All right. Well, if you have any questions for Bea, type them in. Let us know where you're watching from. We got Fall River. We got New Bedford. We've had people from Florida, of course, that are New Bedford and Fall River transplants that are always chiming in. So let's learn a little bit about you, right? You're originally from Colombia and decided to come to the United States pretty young, early 20s, right? Is that right? Or you came earlier than that, and then you came over and really tried to make a go of it here, right?
Well, I was only 20, but back then, Colombia was going through a rough economic and social situation. It was the end of the 90s, 2001, 2002. We had a lot of political unrest and violence going on. So just like many immigrants, I was looking for better opportunities, and I was trying to leave that environment. And yes, looking for the American dream. Why not?
Well, we have somebody watching from Houston, a Martha Lucia Velez watching from Houston, Texas tonight, and very proud of you And so we're very glad to hear from Houston, Texas tonight. Well,
Thank you, Mara.
studying around the clock like that, I mean, and getting ready to try to get by the bar exam. I mean, I can remember the bar exam. It was a long time ago for me, but how did you get ready for the bar exam?
Oh, quite the challenge. Well, you have to pay for some sort of a private course that is just designed for that, so you can pass the bar exam. And it was a little scary when I found out that only 1 in 3 people who took it with me passed. And I'm wondering, am I one of them? But I was. So relief, don't have to take it again.
Well, did you know Chops? Chops over here, he's a singer. And, we were asking him before. Yeah, he's a singer. And, Chops, do you know any Spanish music? Do you have any, seeing as how we have, lady here tonight?
I did a Mark Anthony song. I Need to Know It. I don't know if you heard that song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When I do that song and we do the intro part, I come in with a little saying, how does it go? Esa muchacha está buena, And when the intro comes in and people look at me a little crazy, but I picked it up by a friend of mine because it makes it interesting on the intro and the introduction of the song.
Right. And then I remember the song Shakira. Shakira is from Colombia, and in that song "Hips Don't Lie," they say, "I want to see you move like you come from Colombia." That's how I know you're from Colombia.
Shakira, excellent representative of our country.
Yeah. So you talked about when you first came here, right? Things are a lot different. Here than they are there culturally and everything else. You talked about the civil unrest and so forth. So you came here and, as such a young person, 20 years old, you mentioned, how did you make a go of it?
Well, I was studying languages back then, so I always liked languages, and I try to find a way to help people too. So how can I help people use languages, and really working for the courts was an excellent way of doing that. It's kind of bittersweet to leave my role as a Spanish interpreter because I love being that cultural and linguistic bridge, but maybe I'll continue doing it just in a different capacity now.
Right. Well, you ended up getting your citizenship here in the United States. Tell me a little bit about how you did that.
It was through a family petition. For years, I was not documented. I mean, it wasn't clear. And then through a family petition, I was able to obtain my permanent residency and then my citizenship. Not an easy process, and you do get vetted. By the way, you do get vetted. For those out there who don't believe this.
Looks like you passed the test with flying colors. I can see,
Apparently.
Well, the interesting thing is, right, as you're coming through, you got to go, apply and everything. And a lot of people are debating, is it too difficult for people to apply to become citizens of the United States? Should it be made easier? Should some changes be made, do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The process can become shorter. You can still do the vetting, but it doesn't have to take years. And for some applications, depending on the type of application, this can take a decade or even longer. So yes, we can make it more efficient, especially when we have a family petition. If we're petitioning for a family member, we're really asking for that support. And when we have our family support, we can be stronger in society. We can contribute more meaningfully. So I think it's in everybody's best interest for those family petitions to be processed more expeditiously, let's just say.
Well, the Supreme Court came down with a case, right? The DACA decision, to make a long story short, DACA are the dreamers. Those are kids that came here when they were really young and really don't remember any other country but the United States. So regardless of which side you are on the kind of the political debate, it seems to me pretty harsh not to, say to someone who's 2-3 years old that, you know what, we can't go and deport somebody like that. To me, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, and